Hey, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl. Welcome to your weekly tarot card reading. For this week's reading, I am going to be using the tarot or the wide open tarot. This is my newest deck, and this deck is actually, I got an advanced copy. It's still a Kickstarter campaign right now. So if you watch this video and you like the deck and you want to find out more, you can check out my unboxing video of these cards. I recently uploaded it, and I'm going to put the link to the Kickstarter campaign just below this video if you want to get yourself a copy of this deck. Okay, so I'm drawing 3 cards, and each card is going to represent a segment of the upcoming week. And my intention, as always, is... Let's zoom in a little here. My intention, as always, is to get an overview of the week ahead and some of the challenges, some of the opportunities and energies that are in store. So let's look at the first card. The first card is for Monday and Tuesday, so the beginning of the week. And here we have the moon. This is a super cute card, and the moon is kind of, I like to say it's one of the most mysterious tarot cards in the deck. The High Priestess is also has, kind of mysterious vibes as well, but the moon is another one. The moon and the High Priestess are actually kind of similar, but we're starting off with a major arcana card, the moon, for Monday and Tuesday, and the moon is encouraging us to honor the hidden aspects of life and the hidden aspects of who we are. So our subconscious, our unconscious, this part of us comes forward when we're in the dream state. So when we meditate, when we dream, even when we kind of daydream and let our minds wander, this is often when kind of some of the hidden desires and ideas and knowing comes forward. And the moon is saying, what you see and what you experience is just kind of on the surface. And once you start to dive a little bit deeper and go below the surface, that's when things can get really, really interesting. So the moon is saying, acknowledge, know that as you start your week, things aren't always as they seem. Things aren't always exactly as they appear to be. There's hidden aspects to things that we're not always aware of, and there's hidden aspects to ourselves that we aren't always fully aware of as well. And the moon is saying, pay attention. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your intuition. The more you acknowledge this side of life, the more you honor it, the more that side will come forward and speak to you. So maybe even starting a dream journal this week, making more of an effort to meditate, to go inward, and to just really embrace the mystery. Another thing I get with this card is we won't have all the answers this week. You might want all the answers. You might want a sense of clarity and knowing exactly how things are going to be and where you're going, etc., etc. The moon is saying you would do well to get comfortable with not always knowing everything. There's always going to be something you don't know or understand. And the more comfortable you can get with that, the less you torture yourself. Let's have a look at the second card. So this is for the middle of the week. Ooh, we have one of my favorite cards, the Three of Cups. So this is for like Wednesday, Thursday-ish. Three of Cups is what I call the party card. So there's a couple different ways to read this. The first thing I get from the Three of Cups is that this week you want to focus on having a good time and having fun and bringing that energy of celebration and lightness and humor to your week. So a question to ask yourself this week would be, how can I make things more fun this week? So even if you have a busy week or you have a heavy week or you've got to do a lot of stuff, how can you make it fun for yourself? How can you make it more enjoyable? The other way of reading this card is the Three of Cups is about, it's not just about celebration and joy and having a good time. It's also about like coming together with others, finding like a shared thing to celebrate and connecting with others and having a laugh with others and kind of bonding and having a good time. It's kind of a social card. So this week you might find yourself wanting to reach out to friends, maybe even people you haven't seen or spoken with in a while. So how can you bring in that element of socialization and how can you be more of a social butterfly this week? Let's look at the last card. So this is the card for the end of the week. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And here we have the Ace of Wands. All right. So the Ace of Wands is a very creative card. What I get from this card is that on the weekend, you will have kind of an increased ability to be creative and to get ideas. And you may feel more inspired than usual. It might feel like you're getting all these ideas and you don't know what to do with them all. Make sure that you record them somehow. Make sure that you write them all down. Don't let them just fly by the wayside. Writing down your ideas and the things that inspire you. With the Ace of Wands this is a card of potential, and it says that at least one of your ideas has a lot of potential. And just because something has potential doesn't mean it's going to unfold or turn into something. It just means that the potential is there. With the right amount of care and nurturing, it could grow into something really wonderful. But the potential is there. So there's this amazing amount of creative potential with the Ace of Wands. So by the end of the week, this is a time to tap into your ideas, tap into your creative side, asking yourself, what motivates me? What lights me up? What makes me really what gives me energy? What makes me feel really energized? What do I get excited about? And any inspiration or ideas that you have, making sure that you write them down. Okay, let's look at all three cards together. I actually have to say I like this spread. This is an interesting mix of cards, and I actually really like all of these cards, and they're kind of interesting together. So what I'm getting from this card, or from these three cards, as I look at them as a whole, is I'm getting that we start the week off on kind of a mysterious note. And if we're able to tap into our subconscious and tap into that mysterious side of life that often comes forward in our dreams and other ways as well, if we're able to kind of honor that side of life and tap into it, we're actually going to find this space of more joy and humor. So just reading the Moon and the Three of Cups together, it's like by honoring that deeper side of yourself, you're also able to equally tap into the more lighter side. Because the Three of Cups is kind of I don't want to call it a shallow card, but the Moon is this really deep card. And then we have Three of Cups, which is party time. So it's these two very different energies. But the more you can honor your subconscious, mysterious, dream state side, your intuition, all of that, the parts of you that are kind of hidden, even your shadow side. That's another aspect of the Moon I didn't even get into, is the Moon can symbolize our shadow side. So the part of you that maybe you kind of keep hidden, maybe even the things that you're ashamed of. And by digging into some of that stuff and shining a light on it, you're actually able to lighten your load and become more joyful and more capable of, really having a sense of humor and seeing the lighter side of things and being more playful and having more fun. And then that leads us to the Ace of Wands. So that doing that deep work that the Moon is suggesting brings you to the Three of Cups, which is this state of playfulness and joy and celebration. And that brings us to the Ace of Wands, which is this increased creative energy and this increased creative potential. And the potential to start new projects or take a different path may present itself to you on the weekend, even if it's in the form of just a little idea, a little spark that's in your head. So really exciting week. I'm looking forward to it. So feel free to add your own 2 cents. If there's something in this reading that really jumped out at you, or if you had a different take on these cards, I always invite you to share in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching. And again, I'm reading with the Wide Open Tarot for this reading. And you can learn more about tarot cards and tarot reading on my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I'll put all the links below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week.